Welcome to the Hard&Soft Pro Wrestling Podcast. Yo, what's up, Hard&Soft Pro Wrestling Podcast Nation? I know you're excited to be here with us today, and you know who it is. No introduction needed. The Big Hard. He's here himself, and you know who I'm rolling with.
Well, hold on. Let the pop simmer. Let it come down. Don't blow your pop.
I don't want to blow the pop right away. You know who I'm rolling with, though. My shoot brother, and that's a shoot brother. The Big Softy. What's going on, Randall? How you doing today?
What's up, Big Hard? Big Softy here in the Soft Studios. I feel like all our intros are the exact same. You're going yo, and I'm just over here freaking loving it. What's up, dude?
It's great.
We, our last podcast, we talked about, SummerSlam and kind of recap that a little bit. What a show it was. What a great card. And like we said before, Chris, it was like, it was the best one, since the 2002, 2003 era. That's how I felt, at least. We were there, SVW, and we had a great time. But Big Hard, what are we here this morning to do?
So we're going to go back and watch a match from 2 years ago, SummerSlam. Now, this is a pretty good match. Different match, stuff we haven't seen before. You had Brock Lesnar pulling the tractor in, but it's Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, SummerSlam 2022. And we're just going to kind of get right into this one today. So if you're watching along with us, I hope you are, get out your peacocks and load it up to 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 35 seconds. And if you're with us, you should
Excuse me while I whip this out.
He's whipping it. But if you're rolling with us here, you should see Brock Lesnar standing on top of the tractor here. He's got the microphone in hand. He's got the cowboy hat on. He's got his plaid shirt. We started from here just because there's this awesome spot that's going to start right when we hit play, where he throws the microphone, almost like I don't think that they could have planned this, because there's no way that you can guarantee you're going to catch it the exact way he caught it. But Lesnar talks some crap on the mic. He throws the mic to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns just stands there, still doesn't move, and just catches it. It is one of the most awesome spots. But Randall, you got yourself loaded up over there?
I've been loaded up since I woke up this morning. 3 hours, 2 minutes, 35 seconds on the old peacock. 3, 2, 1, Plize. Yeah, I mean, Big Hard, when you get to a level like this, you don't plan. I guarantee they talked about, Roman's going to make his entrance. Brock's going to come out in this tractor trailer, and that was all they said. That was it. They know the finish, and that's it.
How cool is this too? This is back when Roman had both the belts, the Raw and SmackDown title. I like when they gave him the new belt, and then Heyman was still carrying around the other two, so it's like he had three. But this is cool. I've never seen a tractor, and Brock just jumps off the tractor right onto Roman Reigns, start this match off. Green shirt guys right there in the crowd, always.
Of course
there.
He is.
Yeah,
and Brock, I mean, what a run he had his last run. And I don't think it's his last run in the company. No. But kind of just being himself, and what a character he is. And what a smart dude he is. But I think, I always say this and people give me the side eye because I'm a wrestling fan. But I think Brock is the greatest athlete of all time. When you put it all together, Chris, collegiate national champion, Division I wrestler, then he goes into the WWE, and becomes like the best. And then he goes, and the Vikings want him. They want him to go into Canada or some other league, and Brock's like, how much is that going to get me paid? I'll go to the UFC and just win their world championship, and then he'll come back and do what he did with pro wrestling. Dude, remember when Brock came back against Cena on Monday Night Raw? What a pop.
And that match, I think it was also a SummerSlam match where Lesnar just destroyed Cena with like 15 suplexes and just just made John Cena look like a nobody.
Yeah.
You know, look at these guys. They're already fighting on the outside, going into the crowd here.
And then on the flip side, in my free time, Big Hard, this is how crazy I get, the big softy behind the scenes. I've been going back. What a run, the first run of the Bloodline. My Lord. I mean, those guys would take time on TV. They would do 45 minutes, and you're just like, and it was, dude, when you can, like the pop they got when they handed Sammy the honorary Oos t-shirt. Handing someone a t-shirt. It was, and Sammy reacted like it was his best Christmas present of all time.
It was some of the best storytelling out there, and I'm excited to see where it goes now because now we got Roman back. I don't know if you watched SmackDown, but he came back to a huge pop. And I mean, they always do the hoo-ah with Roman Reigns when he does his spear, but last night he did about 3 spears, and I mean, the place was just on fire, dude. It was sweet. Look at these guys just sitting here on top of, I don't know what they're on top of, the soundstage or something like that. He's
and it's
trying to put Lesnar through it.
I kind of had this feeling that, like, okay, WrestleMania 40 was almost the culmination of that first, I don't know what you call it, maybe first run of the new era, whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, there could have been a little bit of a lull, but you turn on SmackDown last night, the crowd is singing every word of Randy's theme song. The ooh-ahs for Roman are bigger than the woes for Cody Rhodes at this point.
It's insane.
They're going to figure out a way, and we'll get into this too, to make 41 bigger than 40. They're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know how you get bigger than 40. Look at Lesnar right there, tried to jump up onto the barricade and slipped.
He don't give a shit. Look at him.
He can still do it. And like you said, it's for there's West Side Gun right there in the crowd. Shout out to SV Dub. He was there WrestleMania weekend. But yeah, this event was SummerSlam 2022. It was at the Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. And they had 36,369 fans in attendance. Well, now, this year's SummerSlam, they had 57,000. So, 20,000 more people. Obviously, it's a bigger arena. They did it in a football stadium this year. But just to show this place is packed.
Yeah, it's packed, obviously. But it's tough because it seems like maybe the WWE is still not at the point where they're going to sell out non-WrestleMania pay-per-views. There's Paul Heyman. But they're too big for arenas. So now they're at football stadiums, but they're not quite there where they're still empty seats, and that's still tough no matter how big or small the arena is. But yeah, unreal. And Chris, this, for whatever reason, I remember watching this, and this is when the wrestling badness really started getting crazy again. Like the holy crap, I can't believe they did that started happening. Like, Edge started coming back to the Brood entrances, bringing back that. Jeff Jarrett was a special guest referee on this night.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, okay, AEW had started it and flipped the business on its head. But now the WWE was kind of like, oh, okay, we can just do whatever we want to.
Spend my days working hard on the go, but the hands on the clock keep spinning too slow.
I'm blown up.
But yeah, we had a pretty good match card here, decent. We had Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair won that. We had Logan Paul.
Good for the women. If you notice, a lot of times the women's world title or big rivalry will kick off a show. That's huge, man.
Yeah, hey, and this year, SummerSlam, we already talked about it, but we had Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan starting it off. We had Logan Paul beating The Miz here, and this was one of Logan Paul's beginning matches before he was the champ, and he proved himself to look pretty good. We had Bobby Lashley defeating Austin Theory for the United States Championship. Yeah, that was a huge table spot. We had the Judgment Day versus the Mysterios. This is when Dominic and Rey were still together on a team, and Mysterios ended up winning that one. Here's a good match. Pat McAfee beating Baron Corbin. I mean, hey, Pat McAfee, he's great on the announce table. I mean, I enjoy watching Raw because he just adds something to it that
he's Jerry
you haven't had for a while. Yeah, and he says a lot of stuff that you're almost like, well, is he getting it? Like, how is he getting away with saying some of this stuff? But
Yeah.
I think they just let him go out there. Yeah, what is going on here? Like, they just let him do what they want, what he wants to do.
Well, and I like to at this year's SummerSlam, Jelly Roll hops in there and gives that big double choke slam or whatever, and Pat McAfee goes, "That's one pissed off Jelly," or whatever he said. It's just
Reigns going for the spear there.
ooh,
Here we go. Hits him with it. You know he's not going to pin him with the first spear.
That's how I gargle my mouthwash in the morning.
I'd like to see a video of that. We also had the Usos winning against the Street Profits to keep their undisputed tag championships. This is when the Usos had like a 3-year run with those belts. Speaking of Liv Morgan, she was here going against Ronda Rousey, and she actually won. I think it was like a roll-up or something like that at the end. But, you know, Ronda Rousey, she didn't impress me much in the WWE. And then all the crap that she's talking about it. She's saying like, oh, I didn't have time to practice my matches, this and that. Like, there's no way. If you wanted to get inside a ring, go to like the NXT arena and practice, you could have done it. Because I was just watching a little clip with Undertaker on Logan Paul's podcast, and they were talking about that moonsault spot that he did. He jumped up on the top rope, spun in the air, did the moonsault to the outside. And Logan Paul said like he was so nervous for that, and that he was practicing that for months. Like, I think he was at home with a wrestling ring. Oh, excuse me, nation. Sorry about that.
Excuse me, the big hard.
And then that leads us to the match that we're watching right now. But these two had a pretty many matches leading up to this. I mean, starting in WrestleMania 31, it was Brock versus Roman for the undisputed title, and Seth Rollins came in, cashed in Money in the Bank.
Huge spot, dude.
I mean, that was one of the best WrestleMania spots, and to think that was 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago, coming up at this year's WrestleMania. I mean. And I can still remember that like it was just yesterday, you know, like the end of the match and Seth Music's hit. Like, what?
And
I never saw that.
Brock was the champion. Roman got booed out of the Wells Fargo Center that year, winning the Rumble.
God.
Brock helping him. And, you know, there's a point when these guys are just so good that even though we hated it, and we did hate it that night, I could see, I can't remember, but I could see that there was probably some boos at Mania that year when they were making their entrance, but 20 minutes in, dude, they were locked in.
Yeah, it was.
And then Seth blowing the roof off.
Here we go. We got Lesnar going into the tractor now. He's going to do some pretty crazy shit with his tractor to the ring, which is going to be cool coming up here. They also had a match, triple threat match at Fastlane, February 2016. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose, where Reigns won that.
You think Moxley is going to come back to the WWE? I can see him being got to come back.
I mean, I think he likes doing like these independent things, and like I feel like he likes doing these hardcore matches on the independents and the GCW type stuff. And
I think agree, but I think he's go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
I just think he likes the fact that he can, like, he's employed by AEW and is getting paid by them, but he's also allowed to go out and kind of do what he wants to do.
No, and I agree. And I think he left the WWE at a time that, you know,
it was horrible. Dude.
Quite like CM Punk, where it's like, I want to do all of this and you won't let me. I think he got it out of his system, though. He had huge moments in AEW. He's made his star bigger, that when he does come back to WWE, he can be John Moxley. He's made that name.
Yeah, they won't put him against Dean Ambrose, that's for sure.
But I can see him coming back to WWE and being huge.
Oh, here we go. We got Lesnar coming up with the tractor, and he's got Roman Reigns in the tractor bed there.
Dude, that tractor's probably $100,000.
That's probably Lesnar's. He probably drove it.
That's how he got to the arena.
Yeah, from Canada. He drove it all the way there. Look, he's going to dump
like,
Roman.
what are we watching? How is Roman going to take a bump out of that? Is he? Did they teach you that bump in school?
No, we don't have a tractor at the training grounds. I like how Lesnar also puts the parking brake on. He turns it off. He knows how to use that thing. He's not just gonna leave it on and let it start driving into the ring. You know what I mean? During their match.
So I'd love to see, and I think there's already rumors coming out. Man, I wish we lived in the era of surprise again. I think we will though. You know, I think Brock could blow the roof off of the place at this year's Rumble. Okay, and I think when he comes back, he could win. I could slate Brock coming in at 30 and winning the whole damn thing and challenging Gunther this year. We need that match, man, and that'll be a match we all sit down and be like, okay, cut all the bullshit. This is real.
Yeah.
How's this gonna go?
Yeah, Lesnar will go in there and have a brutal match with Gunther. And Gunther will do the same because he's honestly, his matches are just brutal. They already are. Put him in a match with a guy like Brock Lesnar where there's a chance where Gunther might lose. I think Gunther should win that match. I think Lesnar should come in and put him over. But I think if he comes back at the Rumble, he should go on a tear from the Rumble until Mania.
Yeah, correct.
And then put him over at Mania. You know what I mean? Yep. Something like that. But, yeah, I hope Lesnar comes back. And I know that there's controversy with him and stuff like that. But I think a lot of it is just Brock just does what he wants to do. I mean, he wants to stay home. He's going to stay home. He's got money. It's not like he needs the WWE. But
well, the WWE's got so many good stuff going on again.
Big F5. With
Cody and the Bloodline and Rock. He's going to make his comeback. And Night 2 is going to be solidified as holy shit. But Night 1's going to step. I'm telling you, they're going to have a bigger, you're going to, okay, you throw Brock and Gunther. You throw Punk and Seth. I mean, Night 1 is going to be bonkers. And Night 2 could be bigger than Night 2 at 40. It's going to be crazy.
I think it's going to be Cody Roman again. We should 3 years in a row. It's possible. They also had a fatal 4-way, Brock Lesnar versus Reigns versus Strowman versus Samoa Joe. This is, again, kind of in the era when WWE really wasn't doing much. Lesnar won that. WrestleMania 34, 2018, this was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Brock was the champ going in. Brock beat him. So there's a lot of times where, Brock was just beating Roman over and over and over again. But like I said, these weren't really some of the best times. And here's one of not a good event. The greatest Royal Rumble. This was a Saudi show. I think it was a 40-man Royal Rumble. They had a steel cage match. Lesnar was the champ going in against Reigns. He left with the title. They had another match at SummerSlam in 2018 as well. So, I mean, they've main evented a couple SummerSlams in a row, these two guys. Lesnar going in as the champ. Roman Reigns actually won that match at SummerSlam and left with the title. And I think that's when Roman Reigns won the title and then he kept it. So for the 4-year streak he was on. So then they had a match at Crown Jewel again in Saudi in 2021. Roman Reigns going in as the champion, beating Brock Lesnar. WrestleMania 38 in 2022, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Now, Roman Reigns was the Universal Champion, and at this time, Brock Lesnar was the WWE Champion. So Roman Reigns won to unify the title. So this is where he gets both the titles that he came out with tonight. And he kept those for a long time. SummerSlam 2022, where we're leading up to. This is this match right here. Roman Reigns is coming in as both champions and going against Lesnar, and we're going to see who wins. But I'm pretty sure if you've followed pro wrestling for the past couple of years, you'll know Roman Reigns does not lose until WrestleMania this year. And I could have seen him even winning this year too, but I think Cody needed that title. Oh, look at Reigns selling like he's completely dead from that. What's Lesnar's submission called?
The Kimura lock.
Oh yeah, the Kimura lock. Yeah. Here's the spot right here. This is good. And just watch how Roman rolls down this ring to the outside.
And there's a UFC fight where Brock, it's funny, all those old awesome clips of Goldberg, Undertaker, Steve Austin in the UFC crowd, Paul Heyman there, Jim Ross. Crazy. Look at this.
He's just going to go right underneath the ring. I've never seen something like this in a wrestling match before. Never. I mean, I've seen him tear the ring apart and, expose the boards and take the mat up and stuff like that. But he got right underneath the ring. And look at Roman from corner all the way to the outside.
Look at the pop.
Everyone's thinking what is going on? Lesnar's just laughing. And the thing
Brock's cowboy hat is still sitting there.
The thing I think is the most funny part about all this is the fact
the camera shot there.
Lesnar gets out of the tractor and leaves the ring still up in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he doesn't let the ring back down. He just keeps it in the air for the rest of the match. So it's like,
How the hell
they're not gonna, you're not getting a pinfall in the ring here. Like, what are you gonna do?
That's true. I can't remember the finish.
And I like how the ref is kind of, I think maybe this is
last man standing. That's what it is.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's why they did this. Yeah. Okay.
Look at Brock looking fucking jacked.
He looks insane, dude.
And that spot really, like I saw the clips of out in the pregame of this year's SummerSlam, and a lot of people that were interviewed. Oh, here comes the Usos.
Yep.
What was your top SummerSlam moment? That was on the list for a lot of people.
This match right here.
Well, just that spot of
spot, yeah. Look at Lesnar. The Usos come out. He just dumps them both on their head. I think he just dumped Jay right on his head there.
And Jay was so good at this time. You remember when he didn't want Sammy in the bloodline and he take that shirt off? Like Jay was so good.
Dude, in that War Games match, when they hugged after the match was over, Jay and Sammy hugged. Yeah, I'm telling you, that was like one of the first times I had a tear in my eye watching wrestling since Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth getting back together,
brother.
You know what I mean? And that was just a great spot. Look at Heyman just telling him, just take the belts and go. Just like stop. You've killed him. He's broken in half. Oh my God.
Oh no. Dude, Paul is a man's man.
He gives him
nasty bump.
He gives him a nasty F5 through the table. Lesnar's like, no, I'm gonna take Roman out myself. And then Roman comes in with a spear.
What a match. What carnage. Goddamn.
So imagine you buy front row tickets, all right, and you're on the opposite side of this ring right now. You can't see anything that's going on because that ring is lifted up.
So that Kimura lock by Lesnar, that's legit, man. I'm pretty sure when he fought Shane Carwin, Shane actually in the first round had Brock out. Like, I couldn't believe the ref didn't stop the fight. He had him down, he had him hurt, he was pounding on him, but Shane kind of wore himself out. And I think when they got into the second round, Brock took Shane down and sunk in a submission, actually. Which is crazy. Someone's cashing in. Oh, it's
Here comes
Austin Theory. Yeah, okay. Vince's boy.
Yeah, this was back when, he was totally Vince's boy. And I mean, Austin Theory, he ain't that bad, but he's not a top-level star. You know what I mean? Come on.
He's in the make.
So here he goes. He nails Roman.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what's Lesnar? Oh, he's cashing in? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. Nasty F5 on the outside onto the briefcase.
And it's funny. I just saw Michelle McCool in the front row.
Oh. They went for the double super kick. Jay was a little late on his end, but...
Yeah, he's concussed.
Well, yeah, I think he did get dumped right on his head. I mean, Lesnar, he wasn't pulling any punches back there.
Sorry, brother.
Here comes Roman. He's hoping this is it, but that's not going to be it. That's not going to put Brock away. You're going to need to spear him through that barricade or something.
Now, Chris, where do you think...
Oh.
Nice spear. Where do
Better
you
than
see...
Goldberg.
Do you see Solo and Roman having a match at Bash at Berlin, or do you think they're going to drag that on, or do you think they're going to pay that off right away?
I don't think Roman's wrestling at Bash at Berlin. These pay-per-views that they do, like I guess they're considered the B pay-per-views, not the four.
I don't know,
the main
man.
four. But they like the B pay-per-views. I'm telling you, they have like a 5-match card, but
and the
usually
crowd is crazy.
All 5 matches are great. And to be honest, like people will complain, like it's only 5 matches, but AEW All In is gonna have like 17 matches, including like pre-show matches, but like.
And they're all the same.
I don't want to, like, if I'm going to a pay-per-view or anything, like, I don't want to see 17 matches. I need, like, a let-up. You know what I mean? And, like, these 5-match pay-per-views are great. And I think they already have, last night they cemented Cody Rhodes is going to take on Kevin Owens, which I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about the story because, like, Kevin Owens, like, Cody Rhodes says he wants to face Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is like, I don't deserve a title match.
We'll see where
Like,
it goes. It's tough because there's so many there's so many pay-per-views that it's hard to let stories breathe anymore.
I think it'll be a good match though. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens. I think they will put on a good match. And then I really like the fact that they had Roman Reigns come and challenge Gunther. And I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, that stupid SmackDown guy going after a Raw title." Well,
Or
come on,
Randy Orton.
Gunther's gonna win. But the thing is, when Gunther beat Randy Orton at the King of the Ring, his shoulders were up when the ref counted the 3. So it's like they're going back and doing storytelling, which, you know what I mean? At least they're doing that. And I mean, for a first opponent for Gunther's title reign to be Randy Orton, I mean, and it was cool because he was talking about like, oh, you think you're a legend, but I made my career killing legends. You know, it's like just good stuff, man. But I think that'll be the
counting. He almost counted out Brock. I thought he was counting Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's still out cold.
Heyman just lost like 5 times in a row.
Paul Heyman's still laying there to this day.
He's selling it like a champ, man. Just like he sold that power bomb that they gave him a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. And I think it's good that he wasn't there last night. I think he still needs to play it off like he's still hurt. Oh, there we go. Another title belt shot. Now, come on. What else do you got to do to this guy? Oh, here's the spot. Yeah. This is the Big Show spot. I think they did this to Big Show years ago, but they're just gonna load everything on top. Like Roman puts a little box on it. Like, okay. You think that little box is gonna do anything? And I like how Jay right there is lifting up that table, and he's making you think like how heavy this table is because like the way that his facial expressions are. And I don't really know how heavy those tables are. But there you go. Then Roman puts the steps on. He stands on top, and Roman takes the victory right there. I mean, good stuff. You got the Usos in the back. This was when Bloodline was just, you know, getting hot too. And it's like 2 years in, but this is before they started integrating like really big storylines into it, you know. But and it's great. These 3 guys used to hang. They lived together as kids. They all hung out as kids. You know, they're cousins, and it's just great seeing them like this on a main pay-per-view, SummerSlam in front of all these people. Roman Reigns has 2 title belts. His cousins are right next to him. They're also champions. They don't have their belts with them, but they're also tag champs. It's like, dude, these guys used to probably wrestle in their living room. You know, I mean, Uso's dad is Rikishi. Roman's dad, you know, big time wrestlers. So it's like they're probably wrestling in the living room, and now they're all champions, like celebrating together. And they got the Wise Man there too. I mean, you can't beat the Wise Man.
Hell yeah, he's hard.
I would love to meet. Well, actually, I wish I was able to go to this, but they have a fan fest August 16th to the 18th in New York, and it's like all the top guys are there. Cody, Hogan,
yeah.
Heyman, I mean, everybody. Look at stupid Theory thinking he's coming in and cashing in. You jackass. I think he was one of the guys that lost his cash in.
The only problem is there's no way to go to a show like that and not spend $1,000 on meeting people.
I was talking about it last night, and I was like, to go to that show, it's probably $300 just to meet Hogan, $300 just to meet Cody. $300
to stand in an hour line.
Yeah, and get like a 1 minute interaction, you know, because and I get it though. You know what I mean? These guys, it's not like they're doing the Icons of Wrestling in Philly where, you know, they have their own table, they're setting their own prices and stuff like that. This is WWE is charging $300. Like Hogan's not getting every $300. He's probably he's probably getting at least the $150 for each person though. He's probably getting half of that. And I mean,
Hogan don't miss out on no money train, dude, for life.
No,
brother.
And here we go.
All right, Big Hard. Another
they're picking up Heyman.
solid match of the modern era. It's on fire. I need a Bloodline shirt.
Yeah, I need to get the new OTC shirt, or maybe I'll wait till they come out with like a cooler Bloodline shirt because I already have like one Roman shirt. But yeah, I need some more Roman material, man.
Now, Chris, Big Hard, do you think the biggest heart I know? Do you think there's too much steam for it not to be tribal warfare at War Games this year? Correct.
I think so. I think
That
it has to be.
And
And
I think Rock's involved in that?
No, Rock won't wrestle in that match.
Okay.
If anything, Rock might come out during that match, but it's going to be hard to interfere in a match where they got the cage. So I almost think they just hold off on The Rock. Since Roman came back already, I almost think they hold off on The Rock until, like, the Royal Rumble. Till, like, the end of the title match at Royal Rumble or something. I don't know.
The guy in the front row has a shirt made of him and Brock taking a selfie. That's awesome. Well, Big Hard, you got anything else for the nation on another episode of the Hard&Soft Pro Wrestling Podcast?
I mean, I got one thing to say.
What is it, Big Hard?
If you're not hard, you're soft.
Excuse me while I say it's okay to be soft.
You're damn